Good afternoon, Gateway Man. Hey, I'm coming to you from my backyard. A little cloudy, rain this morning, but what a gorgeous day. Hey, I want to go back to the book, Got Your Back, from Gary Yeagle. In my last video, I spoke about the dangers of being isolated from godly brothers. This time, I want to go a little bit deeper into the importance of the relationships that you have and look at a key example from God's Word. We need to forge relationships with a few brothers to do life with. We tend to forge relationships based off of hobbies, interests, like thinking, right? Rather than basing them on spiritual growth, encouragement, and accountability. So I ask each of you today, is having a brother to watch your back a luxury or a necessity? If you do not see life as a spiritual battlefield, you'll never see the need to have a wingman to guard your back. What would you think if I said to you, your love for me was more wonderful than the love of a woman? Oh, I just got your attention, huh? Would you think that that's a pretty perverted statement? Would you think that maybe I'm somewhat of a freak? Would you just think that that's weird? But in fact, a war-hardened veteran, David, penned these words about his best buddy Jonathan after he had lost Jonathan in a battle. And you can read about that in 2 Samuel, specifically chapter 1, verses 26. He makes that statement. A desire for friendship man to man has been a biblical standard since the very beginning. We were built to sacrificially die for our wives and children, but at the same time, we were wired with a desire to be warriors and to lay down our life with our Christian comrades if necessary. You see, too often we think of friends as those who we watch the game with, we play around a golf with, or maybe who we want to go on vacation with. But I challenge you to consider today, who are you willing to battle with and die with? Those are the men God has placed in your life to build vulnerable and trusted friendships. Souls knit together. Look at 1 Samuel chapter 18, verse 1. It says, after David had finished talking with Saul, the souls of Jonathan and David were knit together, and Jonathan loved David as himself. One day, each of us will confront crisis. Maybe that's right now for you. Can you list the band of brothers that will walk through this with you? Not just saying, to you, if you need something, let me know, or my thoughts are with you. But those who will don the armor, put on the armor, don the sword, and walk with you through your battles and through your crisis. In 1 Samuel 18, verse 4, we read, and Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was on him and gave it to David, and his armor, and even his sword and bow and his belt. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, he'd give you the shirt off his back, right? That's exactly what Jonathan did for David. We see in the New Testament when Paul penned Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 and wrote, count others more significant than yourselves. Such honor among brothers is a critical part of masculine relationships. We must have a band of brothers. Remember the lions hunting the zebras that we talked about in our last video? Without this band of brothers along next to you, you'll be singled out, isolated, and eventually picked off. As we learn to celebrate each other's successes and lift each other up in our weaknesses, we will cast out male rivalry and replace it with brotherly love. Guys, this week I challenge you to get a piece of paper and a pen and write down those 2 to 5 brothers that will stand with you through anything. that will go to battle with you, that will stand in a foxhole with you, that will take a bullet or a sword from the enemy with you? Who are those band of brothers? And if you don't have those, forge those relationships. You have to have brothers to successfully live and stand against the enemy. Christ will bring them to you. He will identify them to you. If you're having a hard time connecting with people, then please get in touch with me. We need to get everybody set up with mentors, brothers, accountability partners, just guys that will come alongside you, encourage you and edify you. If you can't think of a single person, then I am that person. Give me a call. Until next week, God bless you. Stay safe, stay home, stay healthy, take care of your families, and more importantly, stay in God's Word. All right, see you next week. God love you. God bless you. Bye.